Right, so there we go. In the blue corner then, Gary, Gregg Collins from Alan Keddle's gym in Orpington, 28 years of age. In the red corner, John Wincott, trained by Ken Jackson from the Trojans, 20 years of age. Both men, similar experience. Collins, 8 fights, 6 wins, 2 KOs, 2 losses. The WMTO English champion. Wincott, 6 fights, 6 wins, 2 KOs, the Midlands area Waco Pro. So on paper, Gary, very close fight.
Yeah, it's
very well
even,
matched.
Very even. And of course it's Muay Thai now, not K1. What this means is you can now clinch, you can work within the clinch, you can do certain forms of throw, and of course there's elbows now into the body as well.
That's right, and here both men have said Wincott unbeaten after 6, Collins only 2 losses and 8, 2 knockouts each, so in terms of matchmaking you couldn't ask for better, really.
No, and indeed in the opening seconds of the first round of this scheduled 5 by 2 minute fight, it's looking even as well.
It is. Now it's one of the areas, Gary, that the British public are becoming well educated to, because the clinch is an art form in itself, isn't it?
That's right. All the time you put your hips in, because if there's a gap, the knee can come up through the gap. You feel the partner out, you can feel the weight shift, you try and time it right. You're always careful as you break in case a strike can come in. At close range, in the grappling range, you saw an elbow then into the shoulders. You can elbow.
Yeah, the range is unique in many ways, and again the referee, unlike when we see in the K1, as long as they're working, we'll be more than happy to see them stay in the clinch as long as we see something going on.
That's right, it's an integral part of the Thai boxing strategy.
And as you said, at the moment, both men working well. I think that was more a slip than a takedown. The ref's acknowledging that and turning to box on. And it's nice to see that early in the bout, the elbows are being used, because I think that one down onto the collarbone is so effective and it's rarely used.
Indeed, the point of the elbow is very sharp and it can do a lot of soft tissue damage. Experienced fighters will use it to hit the muscle structure, to slow their opponents down. For example, if they've got very good punches, a couple of elbow strikes into the biceps and triceps and shoulders, slows down the punches.
And that round seemed to race by.
Race by, it's 2 minutes of course now.
2 minutes rather than 3, yes, it seemed to race by. Nice and exciting, very close. But as this is Muay Thai rules now, I felt that Wincott used elbows and knees slightly more. I'm going to go for the red corner with this round for that reason. What about yourself?
I agree, although there's very little in it. It's very, very close. Of course, you scored a 10-point must system, so the winner gets 10 points, the loser of the round gets 9 points. If there's a knockdown, it's then 8 points.
But both using their knees nicely here.
Oh, it's a little hook, little heel hook, the back of the calf, sweeping the leg away, and Gregg Collins says low to the canvas.
Yes, it's as you said, a very close opening round, but under Thai rules, they do like to see them use the knees. They do like to see, they score heavily. In fact, to Westerners watching sometimes, we're amazed when they don't seem to score the boxing punches, but they're almost the least concerning Thai boxing.
That's right. If you go to Thailand and actually watch it in stadiums like the national stadium, the Lumpini, they actually frown upon the using of hands.
Yes, I've seen them boo. They boo if they start boxing well. It's very strange.
An explosive start to the round. Fighting only 2 minutes means that they can pack a lot of action into a very short space of time.
Yes, and using the knees a lot there. Gregg trying to get some leverage there, hooking his arms around his opponent's neck.
The twitching of the lead legs so they can get the shins up to block the leg kicks. Straight into the clinch again.
Yes, I feel that when they get into the clinches, John's just got the slight ascendancy there and uses his knees to better advantage. And of course, if it's under full Muay Thai rules, I've seen so many stoppages where that downward elbow will split open the forehead or an eye, but they can't use it under European rules for anything except the body.
That's right, some good knee work going in as well. There's some subtle knees going in. Knees into the other person's legs, again slowing the legs down.
It's nice movement there by Gregg, missed the kick, then came straight back in. Both, I mean, 8 and 6 fights is not a great deal, but they look far more experienced than that shows.
That's right, I do believe there was a slight injury there. John Wincott turned away, and the ref had to turn around to get him to carry on. Be interesting to see exactly, I couldn't find the subtlety of what caused that reaction.
No, I didn't see it either, Gary, but, you know, both these young men have impressed me with their ability that, to me, outranks their experience at the moment.
Definitely, they've done some good work in the gym. The technical ability is great, their conditioning is great, their attitude is great. Can't fault them so far.
Yes, and considering when we look at their records that John Wincott is only 20 years of age, very good future ahead of him looking at this. Unbeaten already, under 6.
Most definitely, most definitely. He's got another lovely kick there as well. Elbow coming forward into the chest. He's shown an overall, all-around ability.
And to me, as that bell goes again, that's just what's separating them. This is a very close fight. But each time, it makes you go in his favour, I feel. You want to look to just to put that point in his box. So I'm going for the second round, red again.
Indeed, whether he is or not on, you can go through and study the whole fight afterwards, but for me, he's actually showing that he's doing the better work. He's appearing, the perception is he's doing the better work. More strikes and more accurate. Let's see what we've got here.
Yeah, good exchange in knees, but he took one, he gave 2 immediately, setting his man up for the kick there, the high point kick. And what I love about the Thai boxing is the way they can throw that with so little leverage, so little gap. They just bring it straight up. Straight
through. And again, more work going on. What I did see was that Gregg Collins actually, by throwing the kick, took out the appearance of John Wincott's knees. What I'm trying to say is that John Wincott was throwing a couple of knees in, and you totally ignored it because they were immediately followed up by Gregg Collins' high kick.
10 seconds. Seconds out. Round 3.
So here we go. 3 of scheduled 5. We have Wincott in the red corner, 2 up at the moment, but we must stress it's only a personal opinion. We're not the judges, and it is a close fight. And it's been a good pace, Gary, right through. It's not been particularly fast, but they've always been busy, and they've set a good standard and kept to it.
Yeah, very consistent, very consistent. They seem to be very settled in this round.
And both, again, sometimes a fight's determined when one is comfortable in the clinch, the other isn't. But both these men are comfortable in the clinch.
They can punch, they can kick, they can knee. You've got 3 ranges really in kickboxing and Muay Thai as well, as we're watching now. You've got the safe zone where you can't punch or kick or do anything to the opponent. The technical zone where you can punch and kick. And then right in close, the grappling zone where the knees and the elbows hit it. They're great over all 3 distances. There's so much subtle work going on, little shifts of weight, little areas of lean. Referee, they're pushing on the backs to keep the hips together, so as he calls break, they don't get caught with subtle knees.
A big cheer went up there as Wincott landed that kick, taking it up a level again.
He's pushed in lovely now, some good work going on. Effective work. They haven't stopped working all fight, but it's a bit more effective there.
Yeah, so they've warmed up now, obviously, Gary. They've had a good look at each other. And as we know in Thai fights, the first or second rounds, very often they take time to have a look at each other. It's a slow fuse, Thai boxing. And by about now, they're fully warm. And as we can see, the fruits of the labour now, 3rd round, best of the 3 so far.
Most definitely, most definitely. I'm really enjoying this, actually.
Yes, I know I keep on about it, but I must say I'm impressed by John Wincott. So calm and cool at 20 years of age. With an unblemished record so far, which at the moment, after 3, I'm saying it looks like keeping.
Indeed, indeed, I agree. Some subtle work going on by both fighters. It's a real tradesman's performance. And then you've got the big, flashy, high, powerful kicks for the general people that don't know the intricacies. It's a good all-round fight.
So, looking at this replay, what has Gregg got to do to get back into this fight? He's one pushed away there by John. We think he's 3 rounds down. He's got 2 left. What can he do to turn the tide? Because he took 2, 3, 4 punches there, although only 2 got through.
If we watch this on video playback throughout the whole fight, I think Gregg is in the fight a lot more than what we're giving him credit for. What he's got to do is make sure it's shown to be clear to the judges. Because, of course, if you're not knocking your opponent out, it's down to the judges. And you've got to impress the judges. You've got 3 judges watching this match, and they're all going to be scoring. And at the moment, John Wincott is making you look at him. He's creating the attention, and therefore he's going to get the scores. That's been a little bit too subtle.
As you saw yourself, Gary, when you went in the 10K challenge and actually took on the Karate Boys at their own game. That is one art where, again, you have to show them, just like this, isn't it, that the scoring points are in there.
That's right. I couldn't quite get to grips with the scoring system, but a fantastic bit of fun. I really thoroughly enjoyed it, and full credit to Paul Newby, who, let's face it, he kicked my butt. I'm 106 kilos at the moment, and he was something like 62 kilos, and his speed was fantastic.
But it is a genuine point still to be made there. For the art you're doing, you must show what they want to see. And you're saying this is possibly the only thing that's separating the two young men at the moment.
Most definitely. Gregg's, he's not being seen to score everything that he is doing.
But again, as in the third, they've stepped up again. The first 2 rounds were nice to watch, but as in a lot of Thai fights, they're bringing it up each round, and this is an enthralling contest.
They're showing good levels of conditioning and of fitness as well, because they're slowly turning up the pressure all the time, and they're not showing signs of tiredness. The guard's still tight, the positions are tight, the kicks and punches still, as we saw, strong.
Just as you said that, guy, beautiful kick there from Gregg, but took a short right hand there. The first one that really rocked his head. First one that's got through, which says a lot about Gregg's guard as well, doesn't it?
It came over his guard there. Oh, and he got caught by an uppercut there as well. Again, Gregg Collins is just doing some lovely work. He's being seen to score. He's creating reactions.
Wincott pushing back on the neck of Collins there. Oh, those hurt.
That's a count.
Yeah, 2 big punches there from John Wincott. Rocks Collins, and he's getting the count. For me, this is almost certain to make sure that Wincott's 100% record stays in place now. Right at the end of the round there, Gregg will be disappointed with that, but they're the cleanest shots of the fight so far.
Yeah, it's a shame for Gregg there, because it's a lot closer than that round will now score.
That's right, as you were saying, he was getting back in very subtle ways, but as they break here,
his guard's too
Wincott
low.
gets through.
He's off-footed. Yeah. He was walking forward rather than moving forward with a stable stance, and the end result, as soon as the attack came in, he was off balance, his guard wasn't correct, and he was just open.
Good refereeing there, he saw him wobble. He didn't go down, which was to his credit, but it means Gregg really has got a mountain now. And I don't feel he's got the power to be able in this last round to put Wincott away.
No, but he has got the accuracy. If he can start, you've got 2 ways of knocking someone out, of course. You've got the concussive blow, where damage is caused, and then you've got the flash knockout, where you don't see it coming. And that's what he can score with. He's got the accuracy and the subtlety to do that.
And to be fair, he really does need it in this round, Gary. It's been a great little fight, as you said, but again, he walked straight on to a right hand from John Wincott there, and then the knees going. Been a great little fight, this one.
Yeah. Oh, very good work there by John, very good work. Turning the fighter as you can, striking as well with the knee on the way down.
Yes, the more you watch, the more you realise why this young man's unbeaten in 6, because the Kettle camp is a very well-schooled camp. So it's not as if he's been given an easy fight.
No, most definitely not. He's actually unleashing some heavier shots now. Now, this is actually not what I want to see him do, because he's creating openings.
As you said, this is the way that Collins might be able to get through with accuracy, but he needs to be given those openings to do it. And really, this is the lack of experience. The fight's in the bag now, isn't it? He just needs to be careful, think about his fight, because he's got 4 rounds, one with a count. Just needs to be sensible now. But that will come with age, surely. He's only 20 years of age.
Oh, indeed. I mean, the majority of fighters in the world, not just this country, would love to have his composing ability. But I think he's gaining confidence now, although his chin's starting to come up. He's actually starting to concern me. He needs to tighten up fully and make it a fantastic victory and not throw it away at the end.
The other thing I said with youth is 5 rounds, he's still fit, he's still strong. They like to look for the stoppage, they like to look for the grandstand finish. And as I said, because he's in such superb condition and with his age together, he's probably thinking, let's give the crowd the big finish.
Definitely, definitely. And the sport is, of course, all about the crowd. You people at home sitting watching this fantastic event. Some good knee work going in there, but to little effect, unfortunately, apart from scoring a few points.
Yes, the clock ticking down now, and I think Wincott will have kept his unbeaten record well intact. countering the low leg kick well with the gain and with the right hand. Caught Gregg on the way in a game performance by Gregg, but I think this is going to be 7-0 for John Wincott.
I believe so. I think he had just about every round.
Let's give him a nice round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Very,
Final
very
round
good
of
composite
the
performance.
Yes, 20 years of age, big future ahead of him, 7 fights unbeaten.
Again, a very game performance by John Wincott. Here we go.
Turns his man nice. There was almost a knee to the face as he turned in there,
Yeah,
Gary.
I'm not sure if he didn't actually half connect or not there.
Which says again a lot for Gregg's conditioning. He made no fuss, he didn't try to stop, he just got back up and straight back in there.
Straight back up. Unfortunately, straight onto a knee. But again, it's 1 for 1, a knee comes in, so another knee, and let's get another point back, a third one.
Well, this is what you were saying about, again, good knee there that caught his nose. You said that a lot of his work may not have been flash, but he was working all the time, and that was proof of it there, wasn't it?
Most definitely, most definitely. I mean, both fighters, that's very even, actually. I think that Gregg Collins got the better of it because of more damaging blows, but the work rate was generally even.